short he is.
I found a midget.
Look at Melanie's hairdo.
I didn't like it when she had it like that.
I love that part.
Marty's
Look at Donnie's hairdo. Look at Pong. Oh, my goodness.
On, my goodness.
Oh, Mama.
Look at this. That's what Russell's doing, Sonny.
One of the stars of the movie was Karen. She was born without arms or legs, but she's never let that hold her back. Using artificial limbs, she maintained a respectable batting average. And Thuy, a blind Vietnamese war orphan. At first, she was withdrawn, frightened, desperately shy. Gradually, Thuy came out of her shell. Doctors began a series of eye operations that everyone hoped would let her see again. J.R. had lived all his life in institutions before he came to the Debolts. He's blind and paralyzed below the waist as well. Doctors thought he'd never be able to walk on crutches.
He was the one child of all the children who have come into the family, of whom we almost gave up. Even with progress he made, we knew we had not gotten through to bring that spark to a torch that it should be, like Karen has. And we'd sit there and we'd say, hey, you know, if we can't break through, if it's gone, at least we can love him.
But he did climb those stairs.
Come on, JR. Love you. See you later.
He didn't quit. For the past 5 years, J.R. has been inching his way further out into the real world. Every morning, rain or shine, he goes to school like the other kids, but he still goes to a special school for the blind. For J.R., it's a 10-minute walk to the end of the driveway every day.
JR is going to be independent. He has to start learning to be independent now. We can't start teaching him how to be independent 10 years from now. The whole object is to let him be as independent as he possibly can be. Who lost a screw out of their braces today?
JR.
Okay, JR, when you get out of your braces, ask somebody to bring them up to me, will you please?
All right.
Okay,
No,
look,
Sonny.
Sonny, you go put these in your closet, will you please? Because when you break those, you can wear these, okay?
When I break those, I can break
That's
them.
it.
Then Dad can break them. Wait, yes, then Dad can break them. I'm the one who got the weapon.
15-year-old Ronaldo is the 20th Debolt child. His limp is from a childhood bout with polio.
You want me to do Karen's hair?
No. Do your homework. That's more important. Bye-bye, honey. I'll see you at 6. Tweety Bird, you finished your homework?
No, not yet, because I still have to do one more.
Is it done?
That's grapefruits, honey. Up there.
Daily life has a routine. The children have to be pretty self-sufficient since Bob and Dorothy are away from home sometimes for as long as a week, speaking to groups about adoption. The fees they earn support this household.
We have a pretty highly structured existence here during the times that we're here. Every kid knows where they fit into the society of the family, what their chores are, all of these things. So we can leave and that structure will continue on. But as you know, kids are kids, and after about 4 days or 5 days, the structure sort of starts to disintegrate.
It's a tradition that one of the oldest children at home is in charge when Bob and Dorothy are away. This year, it's Lee's turn to be the foreman.
Wendy cleaned the bathroom, and I swept. Look pretty good. Not the first time it didn't, honey.
I would say so. Okay, that looks pretty good, except you have to make that bed, though. To set free means to let go.
That means I don't do it anymore, right?
Yes, no, Twee. You write the words that mean to let go. Read me all the words, Twee, that on your list.
Okay. Don't get mad, okay, John?
But I have to get ready myself, Twee. Make sure the carrots stand secure.
Okay.
So, which means you have to turn the carrots so when they stand, it doesn't move until you won't drop your hand off.
Okay.
Twee, hold on the carrot. Otherwise, you're going to cut your finger off. Hold on the carrot with these hands. Go ahead. Now, push down.
She's scared of the knife.
I don't think she could cut these. You're too scared of cutting your finger.
I would too if I was blind.
Feel where your finger is and cut right where your finger is. Now, put the knife so that a center... No, not in the middle. Stand up, Eagle. Don't cut your finger. Yeah, right there. Very good. Now, put that in the sink.
You know, it seems so funny, Ronaldo. The last time we were down here to do this kind of thing was with, was it Wendy?
It was,
Wendy.
yeah, because Karen and JR were both adopted in New York.
But, and then Sonny was before that, Ronaldo. Came to the same building.
Ronaldo hasn't been officially adopted yet. Today is his big day.
The judge has to know how much we paid for all of this because he doesn't want to think that we bought you, see. Wonderful, huh?
Mr. Wonderful.
Let's go get adopted.
What do you want to say? Well, where are they?
Ronaldo has already lived with the Debolts for a year. He knows that being part of a family involves responsibility.
You are so bright and such good kids and such smart kids. And yet what you're doing is just throwing that away by goofing off. You kids have a job. And one of the big jobs you have is what you're supposed to do at school. It has got nothing to do with whether you have some kind of handicap or anything else. It's just got to do with being a person who is growing up and going out into a world. And the first place you learn about it is when you're home and when you're going to school.
We are not going to do it for you. It's up to you to do it for yourself.
We encourage you, and we'll help you find things in the encyclopedia when you can't look it up. But we'll be doggone if we're going to stand there and check out everything you have to do to see if you've done it right. Because you're too big for that, both of you.
Now, you kids have had a lot of advice from your older brothers and sisters. Now, I know that Lee has sat here and told you, now look, get with it. You're going to have to do it yourself. Your sister Donnie has told you what it's like, and they've both told you also that when you get into high school, that it's that much harder.
And another thing, if your teachers are trying to be just nice to you and say, well, after all, Karen doesn't have her arms or legs, she shouldn't have to do as well as the rest of the kids, that's another bunch of baloney, and you and I both know it. And I know you don't ever depend upon that as any excuse. No. But sometimes teachers will do that, Karen, and you know that that's an insult to you. And you've never used that, and I know you never will. But by golly, you are smart, beautiful kids. And when you just sort of waste it and don't really put it to work, the only one you really wind up hurting is you.
For years, J.R. has been attending a special school for the blind, but he's determined to go to the local junior high school. He is registered for classes in the fall. Over the summer, counselors help him learn the halls and schoolyards.
I'm not sure whether you'd be able to pick up this without anticipating.
You'd have to look for it, yeah. Yeah, you'd have to look for that.
Well, one thing that opens the door.
Yeah.
Robert, what?
Oh, I like the way you're working at it.
It's all right.
Brian?
Yeah, that's the way you're working.
Your signature. Do you know how to write your signature?
Yes, I do.
Hey, super. Do you write JR or do you write your full name?
I can write both.
You can?
Yes.
Great. Have you ever used a signature guide, or how do you write it usually?
Phil Mangold, J.R.'s advisor, is blind himself. He has counseled visually handicapped students for more than 20 years.
Yeah. I could write my name.
All right, let's see you write it.
Phil is teaching J.R. to use a slate and stylus for taking notes in Braille.
I just want to see how you're going to hold that stylus. Good. Okay, turn it over and check your work and see how it is.
Okay. Whoops.
Whoops.
Ooh.
That doesn't sound too good, JR.
Yeah, well.
You have to work a little bit on the slate, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When school opens, these halls will be jammed with busy teenagers rushing from class to class. At another public school across town, Karen and Sonny have attended classes for several years. What was once new and frightening for them is now just part of everyday life.
Thank you. Good, get a fiddle pedal. Da-da-dee-da-dee-da-da-da-da. Can't be nothing happening after that, okay? Once again. 2, ready, and...
Rick, how are you? That's good. Gosh, we haven't seen you since the picnic, which seems...
The Debolt started a foundation to help other families adopt handicapped children. Aid for the adoption of special kids. Ask.
Oh, listen, do you have any new kids? How's your darling doing? How's Lynn doing?
Oh, she's doing great.
You know, every time you tell us anything about what she's doing, I just get all goosebumpy.
This is Lynn Giles, the adopted daughter of Dick and Ann Giles. She has cerebral palsy.
Is that colder? Even colder than this?
The Giles live on a farm in Northern California, not far from the Debolts. They've adopted other handicapped children through Ask.
It's a birthright of kids, I think, to have a family, to someone that cares for them, loves them, and yet there are thousands and thousands of kids out there that need a home, that deserve a home, and we can provide it for some of them.
You know what happened? You erased twice when you erased the wrong one. So every time you push this, you erase one more word.
Lynn has exceptional intelligence, but little control over her body.
Mm-hmm.
One of her tools is a small voice synthesizer.
Very good. Would you like your rat as a reward? Should I bring your rat over and you could play with it since you just told your rat you love it? Where are you, sweetheart? You'll have to leave.
That's what a family is. They love you, push you when you need it, and help you do your best.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Looking just fine. Okay, halfway. Suck it in.
A strong upper body is important for walking on crutches.
Load out real good.
John's really made a lot of improvements.
When the Debolts adopted JR 6 years ago, he didn't exactly fancy himself a weightlifter.
You're kidding.
Real good.
Gradually, very gradually, he built up his arms and shoulders.
Okay, go all the way down. We're doing curls. Okay, keep it straight. Okay, perfect.
JR is good friends with Gary, his big sister's fiancé. Gary's an experienced weight training coach. He's helping JR get in shape for public school.
It's nothing. Come on. One more. Two more. Two more. Four more. We can do this. Three. One more, JR. There you go. Push it now. All right. There you go. Good. Good set, JR. 3, 4, 5. Good, JR. 6. Let's try for 8, huh? What do you think? 7. Try one more, JR. All right. Good man. Okay. Okay. You're all done. How you feel?
Right.
Okay. Take your other crutch.
JR weighs only 60 pounds, but he can bench press 100 pounds.
Can we turn you around?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Weak.
Huh?
After that, I'm kind of weak.
I'm fine.
Go. Keep your elbow down, Fong.
Down, Bong. And now look pretty. Now look pretty.
Elbow down.
Come on, Bong.
Long, you need more time on the weights.
Come on, Karen.
Go, Karen.
Come on, Karen.
Karen.
There she goes. There she goes. Okay, go. Go, Karen. Go, Karen. Go.
Great
Go,
turn,
Karen.
Rick.
Go, Karen. Karen.
All right,
Go, Karen. Hey.
Come on,
Karen,
let's
you're
go,
turning
let's
red.
go. Come on, let's go in this.
Come on, Karen. Okay.
It's really funny when I first arrived. I just can't even think. I see all the kids running around with
keep thinking, am I back in another orphanage or something? That's the first thing come to my mind. And I asked Tuck that, and he go, no, you in a family now. It's a family. I said, family? How come they have so many kids?
Must don't match up.
And especially, they all come from different places, black, white, everything, you know. No, you call it family? And Tuck said, yeah, it's a family.
The series of eye operations to restore Twee's sight didn't work. Twee will never see again.
Listen.
She has to learn to see with her ears and her cane. The first challenge is to simply walk around the block, but the neighborhood is just a first step to the larger world. Little Maria is not old enough to count all her aunts and uncles. She's the daughter of Marty, the family's first adopted child.
You have small hands. Very small hand.
What?
You have very small hand. This is hand.
This.
You have very small hand. This is hand.
This is hand.
Yeah, this is arm. Your arm. You have small arm.
I got big arm.
You have small arm.
I got little arm.
Little arm.
What color do you got?
What do you mean color?
This color.
This color?
Yeah.
Oh, button?
Yeah.
No, I don't know, because I can't see what color it is. I used to see color, no, I don't. What color my button do you think? What color?
It's white.
White?
Yeah.
Giọng nói dịu hiền từ miệng hát thương yêu, nhớ núi đồi dòng về miền Nam quê hương tôi, tiếng nói Bác Hồ ấm lòng chứa chan miền tim thiết tha, sáng như dần dương quê ta ánh lên miền Kim bao la.
When Twee was Maria's age, she was still in Vietnam, already wounded, already an orphan. Lee was crippled by polio when she was 3. She has not heard from the father and brother she left behind in Vietnam. She doesn't know if they survived the war, but she knows her mother didn't. She remembers the bomb exploding.
It seemed so fast for me because it's just like a minute later, I hear her yelling. And afterward, and next thing I know, she's fall, and I see bleeding everywhere. And then I just call my dad, and he come up, and he saw it. Her leg got cut off, all the way, almost all the way, except this much skin left. It's very small, like an inch of skin left. And he take her down there. down to the bomb shelter thing. So, and let her calm down, and then I come down there with her. But I guess she got hurt from 10, and then till 12 midnight, she bleed to death. Before my mom died, I pretty much depended on her, because I would say I was pretty spoiled, because I'm the only person in the family who got polio, and who been died when I was 3, and near death and stuff. So she really protects me. No matter where she goes, she takes me with her. So I'm dependent on her. Until the day she died, and I realized that. I said, now, my mom not here anymore, and I have to be on my own, so I had to find my way.
How old were you?
7.
Look at that policeman go. Go, man, go! Come on, go, Twee.
JR steps up his training. He joins Karen and Twee on their daily walk. Like Twee, JR takes every step in total darkness, but he can't use a cane to feel the obstacles ahead.
Oh, JR. Whoa. Wait, Twee, come here. Hurry, Twee. Here now, Twee. Come here. Got to help. Okay, there's a step. Now, bend down right there. Okay. Oh, my cane. Wait.